Hi, I'm Kirsten. I'm a library technician in adult services, and for this Book Bites video, I'm going to tell you about Let's Pretend This Never Happened, a mostly true memoir by Jenny Lawson. This book was published in 2012 when it was a #1 New York Times bestseller, as well as being named one of Library Journal's best books of 2012. It's a funny memoir. It is nonfiction. I read a lot more fiction, to be honest, but I love humorous memoirs. This was probably one of the first ones that I read, and it has really become one of my favorite genres. It feels a lot like sitting down and having a conversation with that one really funny friend. A really funny friend who maybe doesn't have a great filter. Lawson does use some strong language. She also addresses some difficult topics, from mental illness to miscarriage, but she does so in a really honest and humorous way. I laughed and I cried. This book, to me, is really great right now. The chapters are anecdotal and self-contained and relatively short, some as short as a couple of pages. So if you, like me, feel like you don't have a super long attention span right now, this book is great. It's easy to just sit down and take a couple of minutes and read a chapter or two, or it does go in chronological order and follow a very coherent story. So you might sit down and read the entire book in one sitting, which I think is what I did the first time I read it. As I said, the chapters are kind of short and self-contained, but they start in Lawson's childhood, growing up in a rural area with unusual pets and really funny family members, and go through her coming of age into her adulthood and even becoming a parent herself. So it's a great, it really follows the story of a life. Lawson also wrote a second memoir called Furiously Happy in 2015. That one she calls A Funny Book About Horrible Things, which to me actually describes both of her memoirs. She doesn't always just address light, easy, breezy topics, but she always brings a really honest humor to what she's talking about, and it makes them a really enjoyable read. So if you're looking for something that's kind of funny, if you like that kind of irreverent humor, and you need something that's a little easier to read right now or anytime, I think these books are great, and I would really recommend you give them a try and let us know what you think. Thanks!